There's no better time to find these tremendous Mazda savings than right now at Team Mazda. Get 0% financing on any new Mazda CX-5, Mazda CX-30, Mazda CX-50, or the Mazda CX-90. Find out just how much you can save at Team Mazda on Airline.
I'll start.
No, you won't. You have the shot.
I have the biggest news of the morning.
7:03 the time right now, and yeah, Johnny, come on in.
I-10 West is open.
Oh,
Big news.
You
Big news.
want me to come back
there we
here and
go.
show you
There
how
we
to
go.
move this little camera to
Where's your dance?
kind of widen up a little bit?
I think your
your
traffic dance did that. That last end, the back end of the
you're like-
big hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-10 West is open.
What happened? It was supposed to be open roughly around 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's
and then
a lot.
6:20.
That was an estimate. They didn't think they would have to. The trouble they had to actually take some of the cargo off the flatbed, and then they had to put in some bigger equipment in order to center the cargo that was there, and then put that cargo back, and then move it out of the way, and then take down all that they had. They had portable lights there. They brought up 2 flatbeds. It was crazy, and kudos to them for getting that thing open. It was good. Guys, go take a nap.
That'd be
Go
nice.
take a nap, guys.
That'd be
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Go take a nap? No, don't want to do that.
I napped
Actually,
between 4:30 and 7.
not today.
Is that what
you didn't.
happened?
Not today.
No.
So I got to ask Dr. Steve. This is your final 9 News now at 7. How you feeling?
I'm heartbroken.
Are you all broken up about
Oh.
I don't know what I'm going to do without 9 News now.
Oh, don't you worry, Steve.
smart.
There is
You'll have
there is an
90s now.
afternoon
This won't
version.
be at
Yes,
7
there
a.m.
is. You will not be without him, folks. You'll see him at 5, 6, and 10 sometimes, maybe even 3:30. Yeah.
I'll be around.
That's it.
Chances are. So as we get out, regardless of time, it's going to be hot. It's already hot. Another heat advisory. Just be ready for it.
Yeah, it didn't cool off
No, it really
overnight. Not only would not get below 80, it looks like maybe 81, 82 for a low. Just ridiculous to start out. So indeed, another heat advisory in effect area-wide today, 11 o'clock this morning through 7 o'clock this evening. Still sitting at 82 in Baton Rouge, anywhere from the mid-70s to low 80s to start out on this Wednesday morning. The heat index ridiculous for the time of day, feeling like 90 here in the capital city at coming up on 7:05. So yeah, very warm. That's our skyline view up on Falls River this morning. Kind of a hazy start this morning, but all is quiet weather-wise. We'll continue to warm up quickly. I've got 93 at noon and not shown on this graphic, but a high of 97. That would match yesterday. Today's rain chances running about 20%. Let's give you a look at those limited rain chances on Futurecast, the graph. So through noon, keeping it mainly dry. And then as we get into the afternoon, as that daytime heating kicks in, you get a few showers and storms. That's 3 o'clock, not much. Here we are at 6 o'clock. Most of it's starting to diminish, and on into the evening, we do go dry. The heat index, that's the primary concern here. The combination of the temperature and humidity, what it feels like. Peaked at 111 in Baton Rouge yesterday. It's going to be right around 110, I think, through the end of the week on into the weekend. So with that in mind, likely to see the heat advisories continue for a number of days ahead. Why is it so hot? Well, we've got a dome of high pressure sitting on top of us right now. Not going to move a whole lot in the days ahead. It'll move slightly westward, but still really going to kind of stay in control of our weather. Meanwhile, in the Atlantic, still tracking that tropical wave, which is starting to get some convection with it now. Some clouds, some showers showing up as it moves into the Lesser Antilles this morning. Development odds haven't really changed, still listed at 60%, and we still think that's at least 2 or 3 days down the road before conditions become a bit more favorable. Right now, the most likely scenario is that we get a trough developing along the East Coast by this weekend that starts to tug it northward as it gets closer to Florida or maybe east of Florida. We'll keep an eye on it, though. There's at least one model that does still allow it to move into the Gulf of Mexico, but that looks like the much less likely scenario at this point. Rain chances around 20% through the end of the week. Plenty of heat, highs in the upper 90s. Rain chances go up a touch this weekend, 30 to 40%, but I keep the highs in the upper 90s, and in fact, keeping highs in the mid to upper 90s right on through the end of next week. 7:07 now with an update on your Wednesday morning drive and some good news at this hour. Here's Johnny.
Great news. I-10 is open on the westbound side after being closed all night. So this was closed from right here at Airline Highway. They were forcing traffic off at Airline on I-12. I-10, you got as far as Essen, right past Essen. They looped you over to I-12 and then forced you off at Essen at Airline Highway. But that's all open. Here's where you can definitely see a good flow of traffic right here from our Gordon McKernan First Alert Traffic Camera Network. Here's where all the fun happened. It was right here in the neutral area during the afternoon yesterday. Had an oversized load and the cargo shifted so he couldn't make it over the bridge or 110. So they parked it right there until about 8 or 9 last night. It was still there. And then they shut the interstate down so that they could put some equipment in here in order to right that load and get it back up. And right around 6:20 this morning, they opened it. So all lanes on I-10 West are open following that oversized load situation last night. Wasn't a wreck, but it was a mess. Okay, we do this every single morning at 7:02 or so. We do the WAFB 9 News Now update on some of the things you might have missed during the early show. 7:08 is the current time, and Matt and Liz will be back with some headlines for you right after these messages.
$7:09 your time on at midweek Wednesday morning. A number of headlines to step you through, including one that broke late last night. Liz, a shooting investigation in West Baton Rouge, Addis in particular.
So let's take you a map deeper into where it happened. We're told this happened on Eudora Drive.
Right.
This is not far from LA1.
That's right,
and we're told there's one person injured here, but that person not injured as a result of gunfire. I know, confusing here. We're still waiting to find out, we're actively working to find out some new details on that person's condition and to figure out how it happened. But here's the thing. They really need you to call in any tips. They're asking you to call Crime Stoppers with anything you name out, but that's something that you may have woken up to.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll keep you in the know there. Heartbreaking story in East Baton Rouge Parish, meanwhile.
Yeah.
We talk about this very often. When it gets really, really hot down here, pay attention as well as you can, as much as you can, to whoever might be in your vehicle. Liz, they're saying an infant, 6-month-old, died inside of a hot car. East
Baton Rouge Sheriff's deputies tell us that the 6-year-old was accidentally left in the vehicle. Between the parents, they thought that the child was dropped off at daycare. Well, right about 4:30, 5:30 in the afternoon Tuesday, they got back to the vehicle and found that child still in that vehicle there. We're told that the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's deputies, not sure if they're charging a parent at this time, but Matt, understandably heartbreaking for anyone who sees the situation, especially when you talk about the temperatures and the heat indices that we're talking about. We're going to let you know about the latest in this.
You know, one of the stories we've covered a lot in recent years is human trafficking. And we have a problem with it down here in the South. And actually, there's a new report out with the FBI going into a bit more detail about that and showing, the South has an issue with human trafficking.
Well, Georgia Peck actually did this story. She spoke with the FBI director there, the field office out of New Orleans, where they say more than 1,700 people. Think about that. 1,700 people were trafficked in Louisiana just last year. The majority of those victims under the age of 17. Yes. So how do we resolve this? Well, you've got the FBI director there in New Orleans saying it's going to take state, federal, and local partnerships, but they're asking people to get involved. And they say, what I thought was interesting, one of the most common reporters of human trafficking, teachers, asking, you know, if you observe a child in the classroom, why are they tired at 9 o'clock in the morning? Why is that the case? They say that they're asking people to open their eyes up like teachers and to see if anything's suspicious, please call that in.
Pay attention. Absolutely, just pay attention as best as you can. I want to get you the latest as well, an oil spill into Bayou Lafourche. We've been talking about this as well. Better than 30,000 gallons spilling out, like half of that making it into the bayou. Liz, they've been working on the cleanup for a few days now, still a number of days to go.
They say about about 20 animals are dead.
Yeah.
No impact to humans or human injuries. They say it's going to take about a week or so. Still doing that air quality monitoring. No issues there. The water is still safe to drink. Asking you to conserve when you can. A lot is going to happen here over the next couple of weeks, so we'll keep monitoring this and let you know when that oil is cleaned up and what residual impact will follow after. That's not the only place we're monitoring an oil spill here, Matt.
This diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel. So from about 30,000 plus gallons of oil to 30 gallons or so of diesel. And this was a crash between two 18-wheelers. This is I-12 West near Holden. This is a picture from actually the Facebook page, I believe, from LPSO. And they're letting us know, cleaned up, good to go. That wasn't our traffic problem this morning. It was an issue for a short minute, but they got that all cleaned up.
Heads up, Coach Brian Kelly is going to be the guest
that's right.
speaker at the Rotary Club today at a very special venue. Tiger Stadium is where he's speaking today. Now, they're asking folks, if you're a Rotarian, you probably know that registration was already required. We are going to be there listening in on the conversation as he outlines the Tigers' upcoming season here. That conversation is slated to begin at noon today. We'll dip in and let you know.
School right around the corner. I want to make sure we get this in as well for you. Great ways to be involved, making sure the kiddos have what they need to get into school, meaning those uniforms. Our Uniforms for Kids drive going strong with St. Vincent de Paul. Matt Venezia was live there this morning with how we can be a part of this.
That's it, folks. Make a monetary donation. It's easy because they've got an anonymous donor willing to match up to $15,000. That's going to take care of a lot of children in our area. So please, while you have the time, while you're listening now, go ahead and make that monetary donations. $24 gets one uniform to wash and then one to wear for a kid for the year.
Saying goodbye, kind of ish, to one of our team members this morning, Dr. Steve Caparata. Not really going anywhere, just different shift, different show.
Sure is. Stepping into some big shoes, filling in for chief of WAFB's First Alert Weather Team. This also means it is Jay Grimes' last day here at WAFB. He'll always be a part of the WAFB Channel 9 family, but that's the big thing. We told you about this earlier this month, and officially the changes are already happening starting tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a lot to try and I love the fact that he is, well, as smart as he is, as good as he is, the ability to just talk in simple terms so even I can understand it. But it's the sense of humor and the levity. Look at the
just
skills.
go back to that.
That was a base hit.
I love it.
That was a base hit off of Ben McDonald, just for the record.
Come on.
I've got the video evidence.
Polar plunge. It was
May
so
or may
cool.
not have been slow pitch softball, but it was a base hit.
We don't
off
tell
of
people
Ben
that.
McDonald.
That's okay. That's okay. That's still a big deal. Oh, Steve, we're excited to see you step into this role.
I'm excited for it too, but obviously going to miss you guys.
Oh, we love
Oh,
you,
we're not
Steve.
done yet.
No.
You hang around for the 9.
Could be driving a Honda.
Now's the best time to get an award-winning Honda during the Honda Summer Event at Team Honda. Find top performance and unbeatable reliability with our outstanding selection of new Hondas. Save on your new Honda today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.